What's up, YouTube? Eugene here. Good to see you again. Today I've got Osmanthe Yunnan from the Hermes Hermessence collection, and I never really know when's the best season to wear this because it's kind of difficult to pinpoint either a season or genre for this perfume. But I think today, being kind of overcast, gray, not too hot, was perfect. And as far as genre, it's weird because there's nothing really like this out there. So it's not your typical, your fougere, your chypre, your oriental. I would just basically call this a floral. It's got a tea accord, it's leathery, it's fruity, a fruity floral, more so floral. Let's stick with floral, even though it has fruity components to it. But very different from Jean-Claude's style. Actually, Jean-Claude's really redefined himself several times in his career, but this really gets away from the spice and woods that he's become known for, and we've seen it with Declaration, we've seen it with Terre de Hermes and Voyage de Hermes and things like Apis Marine and Poivre de Samarcande, where he really gets into the spices, the clove, the cumin, the cardamom and the dry cedar woods, the kind of like the hamster cage thing going on that he loves. The citruses, his orange accord that he's perfected with Hermes, really gets away from that. I think this steers more towards the Jardin collection, which is more fresh. It's more floral and smells like being outdoors in the garden. That's exactly what the first blast of this reminds me of, is seated outdoors in amongst flowers, plants, trees, in freshness. Let's put a little bit of this on skin or on paper. I'll do both. I get complaints. You got to wear it on skin. Well, yeah, I know what it smells like on skin, so that's why I don't respray it. But like right off the top, it's green and it's fresh, and it smells like stems, leaves, plants, and it's already. I got some in my mouth. It's complex. It's already changing and developing, and I can feel the rubbery aspects coming out. I can get the black tea accord. It's very smoky. It's fresh again. So even though there's not a whole lot of citruses in this, I like to wear this in the warmer weather because of that fresh tea accord. And tea to me is rich, and I think he's really nailed the tea accord here. It is rich, but it is subtle. So it's not something that I continually pick up. Just like a cup of warm tea, you get a whiff of it. It's there. You acknowledge it, you realize it, and it disappears. It doesn't stick with you the whole time, and that's the same way the tea accord is here. So I can smell it, I can pick it up, and then it's gone. It disappears, and it comes back later after I forget about it for a while. But so tea. Osmanthe has got a huge blast of Osmanthe blossoms, flowers, and they're faceted. Fruity peach. I get a rubbery aspect to it, which is probably the leather. It's got a really nice leather accord, and it mixes with what I believe is a jasmine, slightly pissy jasmine, and something very honeyed. And I believe honey is, again, a facet of Osmanthe. And that honey to me is slightly challenging and animalic. And not animalic in a barnyardy, skanky way, but something that's got life to it. And it's just, it's a byproduct of animals. And I feel like it's just so dry mixed with that leather. It leaves my mouth pasty, and it makes me thirsty. I feel like I need water when I wear it. It's a very dry, balsamic, rubbery, spicy perfume. It's just natural spices. It feels like spices from a tea, a spicy tea is what it feels like. So I did wear this today, and as soon as I got into work, one of my coworkers had called me over, and he's like, Eugene, I hate your perfume. And I love that. You know, I'm not offended at all. It's like I welcome those types of comments because I'm curious what other people think if they want to tell me. So one thing I got to say is, and I don't really talk about performance in my videos because I'm more about the smell and the story and the way a perfume makes me feel and what kind of emotions, or, you know, whatever, what does the perfume stir in me, to me is always more important. The art is more important than how loud it is, how obnoxious it is. I don't care about loud perfumes. I don't need to smell like, you know, a train that's come out into my family room and notify everybody that I'm here. I like soft, subtle perfumes, skin scents, and that's exactly what this is, and that's why it fits so classically into the Hermes collection. That's Jean-Claude's style. He's known for his watercolors, he's known for his transparency, his lightweightness. This is almost ghostly, where it plays that peekaboo, you know, I'm here, I'm gone, I'll be back again, just so you know, don't get scared, I will be back. So, and I love that because, you know, it does disappear even on me, and I can't get any notice of it, but it comes back, and it's very gratifying to know that it's still here. And there's been times where I couldn't smell it, and that same coworker comes back and he says, Eugene, your perfume is still horrible. And I'm like, you can still smell it for real? He's like, yeah, and it smells really bad. So I don't want anybody to go out and buy this perfume and says Eugene loves it, but I can't smell it, because that is, I don't want to call it a problem, because I like that kind of thing. I look for that in a perfume. I think that is not a negative. I think that, for me, it feels like it's just a part of the story. It's not supposed to be loud and screaming. We're recreating nature here with tea and flowers. So, you know, you don't go out in nature and nature isn't screaming at you and say, hey, look at me. You need to be very conscious to appreciate the beauty and the simplicity of the nature. And that's exactly what this recreates for me. Jean-Claude wanted to recapture the scene of nature, and I think he nailed it, like he does most of his creations. So that is Osmanthe Yunnan. Tea, florals, fruits, and leather. Yeah, I really do get that honeyed aspect, which doesn't stick around for very long, but you know, it is a little bit slightly challenging, slightly spicy and animalic, but again, I love that kind of thing, you know. It just plays with me and gives me something to keep my mind on, or keep me distracted. And I love that transparency in his perfumes, the lightness, the airiness. It's very whimsical. You know, it's not a sledgehammer. It doesn't choke me out. At least I feel like it doesn't bother my coworkers, but obviously I've been told different today. So I think it just kind of throws itself off skin, and there's times where I'm not able to notice it, but other people are. So there you go. I think it's beautiful for the fresher weather, the warmer time. I'm not sure how this would do in colder weather. I don't think it would be very substantial. Doesn't really have, you know, the big, deep bass notes. It doesn't have the vanillas and the ambers. And even though it's got leather, it's a very, it's almost like leathery petals. It's not like leather new car seats or gloves or a handbag. It's not the Hermes, the Birkin bag. It's nothing like that. It's just a very soft, faint facet of Osmanthe. So Osmanthe and tea. There you go. I know Jean-Claude has done this kind of thing before. He's done tea with Bulgari, Eau Verte, which was actually in competition with Dior for Fahrenheit, but Dior obviously chose Fahrenheit, and you know, I guess they didn't choose wrong. Fahrenheit's massive today. So Haute Vert lost out to Fahrenheit with Dior. And he's also done an Osmanthus with, I was going to say the orange company, the different company, yes, which I think he is a part owner of with his daughter and Bertrand Duchaufour. I'm not sure. Does Bertrand own part of that? I don't know. I just hear so many conflicting stories. But yeah, he's obviously, you know, he's done this thing before, but here he does it with Hermes. Anyway, let me know what you think, Osmanthe Yunnan. Well, let me know what your favorite tea fragrances are. Tea fragrances aren't really a massive thing. I guess you got to be a big tea fan, but I like tea. I like the smoky facets of tea, so I'll be looking out for some of those. Neroli Outre Noir is one of my favorites along with this, but let me know what you think of Osmanthe Yunnan. Drop your comments down below. Always love seeing your comments and seeing your faces. Thank you for the support as always, and we will see you very soon. Bye for now.